We're starting and we're live. We're live, girl.
So good. Thanks for singing us in.
Welcome to Thursday, July 9th, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. We're going to talk about the number nine in a minute. Okay. So we are live. Anyone who comes and join us live, put some things in the chat and say hello to us. I am Laurie Grossman with Hold the Light Collective. I am here with Marisa Grimm. Hello, Marisa.
Hi. Thanks for having
Hello.
me on with your
Yes,
sing-songy
indeed.
voice.
I'm singing us in. I'm singing us in. Um, so you are a numerologist. You are an intuitive guide, and we know each other through a community of Carissa Schumacher, of the Freedom Transmissions, and we have been kind of dancing around each other until we had a sleepover not so long ago.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
It was so fun.
It was so fun. It was so fun.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we had a sleepover and I was like, I love Marisa. I need more of Marisa. And so we have been now chatting and I said, let's go live together. We have a few people joining us here, guiding us home. Lizzie, hello, and Jen Vincent. So people are coming on to say hello. So what's up, girl?
Oh my gosh, it was so fun. And I just wanted to mention that sleepover was an overnight, which was in a studio. And so while we had never met in person, we really were in close quarters together. Three of us lined up like Willy Wonka
Yes.
together, and we got that really beautiful container of time together. So I was grateful for that. And I'm grateful to be here with you now because you are collective joy through your voice, through collecting people, through really sharing information. And it's just been fun to watch you and to be a part of your community. So thank you.
Oh, you're so sweet. I feel the same way about you. And after we spent time together, I thought to myself, I needs to know more of that Marisa, because first of all, we it was a retreat. I just showed up for one day. I was able to show up for one day, and it was in an area called the Elfin Forest. And I would witness you sometimes barefoot, not rushing to get to wherever the next place we were supposed to be. And I thought to myself, that girl's not rushing. You were talking under the tree to someone. You were looking at these beautiful hornet pods that you
Yeah.
found.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
you
That
found
was
a lot of
amazing.
those, or a couple of
Yes.
those.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes. Mind
yeah,
blowing.
yeah. And I thought to myself, there's such a freedom to you. This is how I experienced you, a freedom. I think I'd said this to you, maybe a little wildness, like you're just there walking around doing your thing, not in a rush. You're in nature, whereas I am a little bit more of like, oh, guys, the time we're supposed to be over there right now. What is your sign, by the way?
I'm a Taurus.
Mm.
Um, so very earthy, right? So like picking up the, hornet's nest and all of that. But you know what I love is just as you're describing it, and we're probably going to come to numerology today, is that like we're all wired in our own unique blueprints. So when we're witnessing and seeing one another, literally we're witnessing and seeing and experiencing the energy bubble of someone else, right? Because we're
Mm.
all soul lights that are from source, God, this collective space together. And we come to this earth just to witness one another and be like, ah, Lori, you're showing up this way. Look at your unique, like God given body. Look at your beautiful orchestration. Look at how I get to witness spirit and form. And I think if we all started to come to a place of like, how do we get to witness spirit and form? And we got to look at each person with curiosity and awe and wonder of like, oh, this is how you're showing up. Wow. And in this whole collective, right, we need people that are free and we need people that can follow time and that can create form, right? Like, so we all need one another. Yeah.
Wow, that's so beautiful. I love thinking of it that way, where we're just witnessing each other, our soul, our energy bubbles. And I have to imagine, so like someone like me who's attracted to you and what I witness in you is a mirror to something perhaps I even want to express more myself.
Yeah.
We were just talking before we popped on here how you posted a reel on Instagram of you dancing. And I loved it because for me, I see freedom and I see
Mm.
authenticity. And whether or not I have been able to post myself dancing on Instagram, I have not. I see permission in you. I see freedom. I see, again, a little bit of that like wildness and authenticity of let's do this. So I love how we also find each other as
Mm.
as a mirror or of a witness of possibility.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. All of it,
Yeah.
right? And in that same sense, like I can look at somebody that is they really have it together, right? Like so there's like you maybe you perceive this wildness or this freedom where oftentimes like I look at someone I just had a session in or just had a conversation in here with a friend of mine who's an entrepreneur and he really creates these businesses and places them in a form. He's very goal oriented and he's a coach and he's just this incredible being. And when I look at him, I'm like, oh wow, like taking the idea to a goal, right? To creating something concrete is something that doesn't come innate within me. And so, but yeah, I can look at him and be like, wow, okay, that inspires me now maybe to like plant that seed and maybe make this into something a little bit more concrete. It might be against my, not against, but not innate within my energy bubble. But yeah, it's a possibility. So I like how you just explained, like, it might not feel as completely resonant like our innate way of being, but it is a possibility, which is so
Mm.
beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah. I just listened to this man named Poppy Denuzzo. He's a
Mm.
manifesting coach. I had never heard of him before. I think he's been around. As things happen, people pop into our world when we're ready to hear it. So he's kind of wild. He's this guy that's been around for a while, and he's like Poppy Denuzzo. So he's about manifesting. But what I love that he talks about it is more of think of it as creating.
Mm.
So we are souls here to create. It's one of the
Yes.
highest forms of spirituality. What I
Yes.
love about he has a definition of a goal because I think sometimes people might have a resistance to like having goals or it's
Mhm.
January 1st. What are your goals for the year? And sometimes maybe it feels a little masculine or it doesn't feel comfortable. He reframes it as having a goal is just an opportunity for growth. It's having a
Yes.
vision and having a dream of something. And and I think even I'm just speaking this to myself, whether or not you perhaps even get to that goal, it's the journey that is the growth. I like thinking of it as growth.
Yes. Yes.
That
Yeah.
helps me.
I also like that idea of the goal being kind of the creative dream, right? Because it's both, right? So depending on what way you want to look at it, it is our goal is something that we're creating, right? So like whatever we're reaching towards, and it doesn't have to feel as concrete if you're like, wait, this is also my dream, right? It can be the
Mhm.
goal, can also be the dream of your own imagination. So yeah, like
Yeah.
that, which either which way you can reach towards, you know?
Yeah. Do you have a big vision or dream for yourself?
Oh, mine is just pure freedom. But you know what really actually it's interesting because my deepest desire right now is and I just and just my joy is working with people. I really love doing what I do. I love being in sessions with people and I love just seeing like that resonant soul light, this beautiful soul light that each one of us has, and then like being able to be like, okay, and these are your energies, and this is just why you came, and this is like some of the challenges you came here to go through, and this is how you came here to glow through, right? And like, so really,
Mm,
my goal is like my dream, my goal, it can be either which way, is like, how do we all come back to that space of remembering, like we are spirit in body, and that we get to be here to just like experience life in all these ways and to give ourselves grace as we've gone through the experiences we go through in our humanness and to be open and expansive to possibilities, right? And so
mm.
to me that is that ascension, that opportunity we have to evolve or to grow. And this is so interesting. I'm like sideline this real fast, but when we were talking about goals, like this just came up for me in in like a week and a half period of time where I was coaching there were 5 different people that were 8 life paths.
Mm.
And eights are here. Like an eight is all about the power and control structures of the world. Anybody that has an eight in their field, they're learning to like work with the power and control structures. And an eight, if you see it, it's like to like a place of balance, right? And when you flip it
Yeah.
this way, it's the infinity symbol. And one of the gals that I was working with was like, listen to this AI podcast. And I was like, okay, right. And so she's like, what do you think about it? And actually, as I was listening to this podcast, it became very clear that AI is an 8 vibration. It is
Mm.
literally created by humans using earth resources. It is a tool. It is still part of humanity because what AI does is exactly what humanity does.
Mm.
Is it continues to loop the loop. It learns from its mistake, but then it creates something new and then it weaves back in again,
Ooh,
right?
ooh,
It's
ooh.
yeah,
Yeah,
over and over
yeah.
again. And I was shown a symbol in April in my mind's eye in a channeling session with this woman that channels divine mother energy. And she said, you'll be shown a symbol in your mind's eye. So shown this symbol, and that symbol, and this is what was beautiful about it, is it unveiled itself over time. I knew it wasn't going to come all at once, but when it came, it came. So it's a cross, right? With the cross has so much meaning and so much significance for so many different people in different spaces, right? It goes back to ancient Egypt with the Ankh, which has a little thing on top of it, right? But this one was for our time period now. And
Mm.
it's talking about that goal or that creative essence where like we have the cross, which is the vertical, right? We know that kind of just in our own kind of Yeshua community is like and it's also the one in numerology, taking down insights, ideas, planting new
Oh.
seeds and planting seeds on this earth, right? Being here in this physical reality. The horizontal part of the cross is this balance state, but it's also like bringing it into form, right? Bringing it into here. And then what was shown to me is then it turns into a 9. Like the top part turns into a
Mm.
9 in the symbol. And the 9 is the number of ascension in numerology. It is the ending, it is endings, new beginnings, full circle cycles. It's also, if you notice the 9, it reaches towards the divine feminine and it loops the creative essence in and pulls it in to this structure that has
Mm.
been here. So to me, that opportunity for what you're talking about of goals or creative essence is the time is now. And you've talked about Lee Harris.
Yeah.
You've brought him in, and he
Yes.
is also talking about that too, looping in the creative passion in right now. So
Mm.
it's coming in through multiple frequencies, multiple different beings from that field of higher consciousness, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I love this. I could talk about this all day long, Marisa. I love this.
Me too.
So let's tie this back into you as a numerologist. You are an intuitive guide, a numerologist, because what I would love to know are two things. Number one is how do you work with people as a numerologist? Starting with what is numerology for people who might not know?
Okay.
And then I don't know if you want to start with that or if we want to start with why we chose getting back to the number 9.
Yeah.
We chose, you actually pointed this out of doing this today, July 9th at 9 a.m.
Yeah.
And then you also mentioned because I'm also a life path 9.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
And so, you know what I love, just coming back to you as being a life path 9, 9 is the biggest, widest channel of energy. In fact, in numerology that existed before Pythagoras, which was 2,500 years ago, 9 wasn't even used in numerology because it was a number that was the God, like God. It was like too big
Mm,
to use, right? Like it
mm,
was just not something that you could even speak about, right? Because
mm,
9 is such a wide channel of energy. It is full circle cycles, endings, and new beginnings. Like, and anyone that is here as a 9 life path, the highest vibration of the 9 is to be a guide. And look at what you're doing right now. Literally, you've been through a lot of things in life, right? And here, what you do is the highest vibration of the 9 is literally open heart, generosity of spirit, giving just to give, not even nothing, not requiring anything in return, right? Big
mm,
picture, like wanting the best for humanity, and that's what you do. And so, like, we get to witness you in the highest level of the capacity of the 9 in
mm.
that vibration. So, like, you model it.
Mm, mm. When you said a nine path is here to be a guide, I got immediate chills on the back of my head. My head just went chill. Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
so fascinating. Okay, so gosh, it's also so just kind of lovely to hear something like that for people to know as they work with you as a numerologist, like w- just to know ourselves a little bit more. It's
Yes.
fun. So
Yes.
how tell me about then like how you describe what numerology is, and then
Yeah.
how do you work with people around
Okay.
it?
Um, so I work with Pythagorean numerology. It's been around for like 2,500 years. Pythagoras was one of the founders of Western numerology. So he basically added to the matrix. And what I like to also sort of bring into that is that while numerology has always been in existence, like we get people that come into this world that open their channel and they open their creative essence, right? And they bring new information, not just working within the field of energy that is in this collective space, but they bring it and they tap it from spirit and they bring it in, right? So
Mm,
Pythagoras was one of those. So he actually then took what we use today, the Pythagorean theorem. Like we wouldn't have this computer system if we didn't have Pythagoras that created the math to like be here in this space, right?
mm,
So he also channeled like deep spiritual wisdom. He was said to have been in a cult. I think he was before his time. But that's a longer story. But anyways,
yeah.
so what he basically helped us understand was that we all live within a code of energy and nothing is random. So he understood sacred geometry. And so when you look at numbers, what I do is just taking your name of birth and your date of birth, and it literally defines like every letter of your name breaks down into a number. And then there's a whole
Mm,
adding game that takes place, and it becomes your vibration, the code that you live within. It is spot on every time. I feel so grateful for what I
mm,
do that I am like mind blown every time I get to work with somebody. Um, but within that, it is this uh, just it shows us that our way of being in the world, but being a universal language, it is also helps us to understand every sacred text, everything in this world. So like the number 7 in numerology is the number some people call it's the seeker of truth and knowledge. It's the number of God's divine intervention. It is the deepest rooted number. It
mm,
literally spans all pathways. So the number 7, if you are Muslim, it is the number of times you walk around Mecca in prayer and reflection. If you are Jewish, 7 is the number of times that you circle around in a bridegroom in a wedding ceremony.
mm,
The
mm.
number 7 is it biblically you forgive 7 times 70, or and then the earth was created in 7 days. It is just a code. It is a number.
Wow.
It doesn't mean like in
Yes.
7 days that was there. There is
Yeah.
a vibration that exists within it. So anyways, that just to me is there's 7 chakras. We have 7 colors of the rainbow. There are 7 musical notes. Like it is across every pathway.
Mm, yes. What are you, a 7? What's your number?
I'm a 5, a 5 life path, which is here to liberate in its
Oh,
highest expression.
yes.
Freedom. It's
Yeah.
Wednesday of freedom in this life. Yes.
Oh my goodness. So when people come to work with you and they want to, I guess, do you have your chart read or do you have your number read? What is it? What do you call it?
So the first time if somebody comes to me, I do an overview reading. It's very deep. It's about 90 minutes, and
Mm,
I take all the energies of your chart. And one thing that I do that's different, I talked about Pythagorean numerology, but I actually do the human body method of numerology that has just been recently channeled by a man that lives in Israel. So not
mm,
many numerologists have this new, again, he took down through dreams and insight how these energies play together to even amplify this understanding in a way. And
mm.
so I feel very grateful to have that amplification of this knowledge. And then I just weave it in. So we just have like a 90-minute conversation, and I just kind of give you your blueprint and like how they work together and why it's very tangible. It just gives me like,
Mm.
here's your path. Like, here's how you think. Here's how you dream. Here's what you learned in your childhood. Here's why. This is why they like the people in your life helped you to build this. Here's your personality number. Here's how you show up socially. Here's how they play together. Right. So
Yes. And
Yeah.
so do people use this knowledge of numerology to help them? Like, do people also come in with tangible things where they are like, I'm going to make this up. I have two career choices I can
Yes.
go in, or I'm looking for love. Like, it helps them on a path to
Yes.
find these things?
Kind of everything, right? Like, it's
Mm.
everything. I've also done it just with Death with Dignity for, like, let's look at that date. Like, what are you here to anchor? Like,
Uh-huh.
book signings or the book launches.
Oh,
Like, it
oh.
can be used in all those ways. It can be used, I mean, just to understand like where you are in life, like you're going through something. Why are you going through it? There usually is a actual tangible, like your energies are basically a magnet. So all experiences of your life are just a direct manifestation of form of your own energies. So, like, I'll
Mm,
give you an example
mhm.
of mine. I have two energies that come together that can be brilliant, like thunder like insights that come out of nowhere, or they can be total chaos and confusion. And so
Mm,
I know both well, like very well,
mm,
right? And so
mm,
sometimes, like, if I can be like my outer life is very chaotic and crazy, it's like I can laugh about that now and be like, this is just a direct reflection of my own energies. And when
mm.
I came back into my own state of balance, I balance that chaos and confusion in my outer realm.
Yeah. Yes. Does everybody have two energies, or you're just talking about you in particular?
No, we all have a blueprint. Like, you're not just a 9 life path. You have a host of energies and they all play together. You are not just one thing.
Ooh, yes, yes.
Yeah.
What do you find most people are coming to you with right now? Something that's
Mm.
like a question about a life situation? Is there a common thread that you're seeing?
Yeah, no, I think it's really all over the board, but I also feel grateful in the sense that my covenant with spirit is like just the right people find me in right timing. So I know anybody that is coming to me is being guided here. So like
Mm,
um
mhm,
I while I have an Instagram and I don't talk about numerology that much on there, I actually just I intentionally want I know that the right people are brought in at right timing. And so like for instance, I've actually had a lot of couples lately. This is an interesting one. Couples struggling,
mm,
and then being able to look at both energy fields and how can we really be here for evolution? Like how
mm,
can we understand ourselves, and then how can we understand our partners in ways that like is this a partnership that can be one that we can really harness, right? Can we burn down some of those threads that aren't serving us anymore and build new ones, knowing that we're here to elevate and expand on our own unique energies and maybe do it in partnership, right?
ooh,
That's
yes.
been that has actually been a theme this week. Like, I've had a couple people, like, curious about partnerships, like, who are they? And then how can they elevate within a
Mm,
partnership, whether that partnership stays the same in a marriage or that partnership becomes that you're not in a partnership, but you're really
mhm,
there to elevate and lift because you are there together. You've made that
mm.
choice, you know?
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful that people, whether they stay together or not, yet are on the same path to figure that
Yeah.
out. Yeah, it's really
Yes.
beautiful.
To really
Yes.
honor that point of evolution for the other person, and oftentimes you have children, right? So you're going to be in
Mhm.
life together. So how
Right.
can you make that the most beautiful life for yourself, for your children, for
Yes.
elevating and honoring the path of growth for each person, you know?
Yes, yes. Tell me a little bit about, you mentioned you have a covenant with spirit.
Yeah.
And I hear other people talk about their covenants with spirit.
Yeah.
If someone has never done that before, what do you mean by that? How did you do it? Is it a constant conversation that you're having?
Yeah. Um I feel like I'm in a constant conversation now. I feel like that has evolved, right? I There was a time where I feel like I walked very separate while having faith. That faith
Mm,
felt not the
mhm,
same as the walk I was on in this life. I've always had a deep faith. I always have had a deep knowing of that I am a spirit body and that there's so much more going on beyond us, right? Um, but I would say that that path of moving into is just being so clear that we have a team of lights and that we are. in our physical bodies, right? And we are here to be those vessels of light, and that it is divine law that spirit, we are free beings, and that this is like the covenant so called that we made beforehand, right? That we are free beings to walk this earth. But when we choose to ask for and be in relationship with the divine, it becomes that like we now have a whole team. Like, why wouldn't we want the whole team to be a part of this with us? Like, okay, guys, let's do this. Like, we're walking this. I'm going to be in the physical body, walking this earth today. And like, I would love your guidance, support. Let's do this together. And
Mm.
that becomes that co creative space. And so when I'm like, all right, like, how do I want this practice to look? Right. Like, I want to go out and force and be like creating a system. I'm not here to create systems. Like I wasn't wired that way. I'm here to be in flow. And so like, why not? The easiest pathway for me is to be like, okay, spirit, team of light, just bring me the next right person, experience, or situation that I can be of service in. And let's just
Right.
do it this way. It just feels easy.
I love
You know?
that. Yes. Yeah. I appreciate you talking about. I was thinking about this week about how we are souls and spirit here in human form. We're
Yeah.
not just flesh and blood and bones walking around.
Mhm.
And it's such a beautiful it's such a beautiful thought. And what I also wonder though is if there are many of us who know this, we
Mhm.
talk about this all the time. We're souls and spirit in human form. We are part of the divine. We are co-creating with the divine. Yet why is it so hard to actually fully believe it and embody it? Because
Right.
I feel, and I'm speaking for myself too, that if we
Yes.
fully felt that and embodied it and we're like, heck yeah, I'm in co-creation, we would be off the charts with the life we were creating for ourselves.
Yes.
So
Yes.
why is it challenging? Tell us, Professor, for us to perhaps fully embody that, for us to have our own covenants, to really, really believe it? Or do you have a tool that you maybe talk to your children about? Here's how to embody it, embrace it.
Okay, A, we are human. Like, we are
Yes.
human. We came here in this dense space for a reason, right?
Yeah.
Like, we didn't come here to like be like, okay, open the veils. We like came here for like the illusion veils, which we talk about in the freedom transmissions, or in this the illusion veils, right? Of
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
okay, like, and then it's like I always like sort of perceive like we had this plan. We knew exactly what we were doing before we came. And we were like, all right, we've got this, right? Like, yeah, no problem. I'm gonna drop into this blueprint. I'm going to be ready to roll. I know my mission. Let's go. Right. And then you get down
Yeah.
here and you're like, what?
Yeah.
Like, I'm suffocating. Right.
Yeah.
And I think that's the path, right? The path is that like we're moving towards faith and trust and surrender. We don't drop in an automatic space. Right. And so, like, even for my children, I'm their mom. Like, not all of them buy into anything I'm saying, right? Like,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
and
Yes.
so they're on their own path. They're beginning their journeys, and it's
Mhm.
beautiful, and I get to witness that. And I know that I was in that same space, and I was going through my own things. And I'm still learning, and I'm still growing, and I'm still understanding all of this, and I still don't know, right?
Mhm.
And I feel grateful I know enough that makes me feel like I get to be in co-creation in this moment, right? But
Yeah.
and when we do that, the world feels like magic. It feels like and you
Yes.
know that because
Yes.
you know when it feels like magic, you know?
Mhm. Yes. Yeah. 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 Beautiful answer. I mean, we are human. And it is one of the things you and I both are fans, I guess we could say, of the freedom transmissions.
Yes.
And this is one of the things that I love that it talks about when we talk about the imbalances, whether we are dealing with self-worth or anger, judgment, separation. It is part of being human. And we're
Yeah.
always going to have a piece of one or more of these within us,
Yes.
as long as we are human. And yet, and the journey is to remember that we are this beautiful spirit in body, and that it is a journey if you choose to accept, if you choose to dig in and go for it. You and I
Yeah.
were talking really quickly before this about Vincent Tolman, who had the near death experience.
Yes.
And and I believe he said it. Yes, he said it. And I've been hearing it now all the time about how we are here on Earth School. And
Yeah.
I loved hearing how perhaps it was, let's just name all the people. Daryl Anka, who channels Bashar, was
Yes.
saying, one version of it is that to be here, like we wanted to be here. Like coming here is like graduate school.
Yes.
We're stepping in, and this is the amazing work going on here.
Yes.
And it is fun when we, as you said, when we do work in co-creation, as we are continuously like unveiling our next what's next of our soul's evolution. It can be fun.
Totally. Yes.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
how you said that. In the Earth School part, it's even in numerology. So we actually have
Mm.
4 period cycles of our life in numerology. It's a path that's
Ooh.
already been created, and we are learning particular certain energies that actually manifest in physical experiences. So when we learn, like when we're going back, especially in this age of wisdom, we can go back on these period cycles and be like, oh my gosh, that was just part of my Earth School experience. No way, that was already like signed. I was already signed up for that, and I was already signed up for that particular challenge. So that's what I love about numerology is it actually gives a path. It's already showing us what we signed up for. It like shows us in each period cycle, but in the exact ages. And all of a sudden
Mm.
you'll be like, oh my God, everything changed at the age of 29. That's so crazy. That's exactly what I went
Mm.
through. Or if I
Mm.
look at that piece of like some of us have a karmic energy. Like I have a karmic energy, but when I'm reading for somebody else, I'm like, you are a badass soul. Like you chose, like whether I don't buy into, because the fact is we don't know. So other numerologists might be like, you're here to, you did this in another life, and therefore now you're here to rebalance that karma. This is the divine law, right? But to me, I'm like, we also could be part of a collective space of
Mhm.
souls or a wider stellium or whatever, whatever what it is. And it like, you're like, I got it. I'll take it. I'll rebalance the karma this time. Right. And then you pop into your little body and you're here to rebalance it. So I'm like, we get to do this. Like we get to come here. And like, I just have so much, admiration and joy when I'm looking at somebody to be like, oh, wow. Thank you.
Mm.
Like, thank you for being here. And so when you talk about
Mm.
that, the shame and the blame and the things that we have as our humanness, I also think part of that is like really blessing and honoring those sacred parts that we go through. And so now, oftentimes we keep that part, those parts of ourself a little tucked. And now it's like, let's pull them forward, right? Let's be
Mm.
like, oh my gosh, yes, I behaved that way. And all those parts of like my experiences actually got me to understand this, to be in a co creative space with the divine now. But I needed to experience that in order to be here now. And so let's hold
Mm.
them both together.
Yes. Yes. I love the way you see things, Marisa. It's so
Oh,
beautiful. I
thank
do.
you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, yes. You're
Thanks.
such a beautiful light. You are a light holder. And we are at our 30-minute mark, so we are gonna pop off in a moment. Before we do though, I would love for you just to share how people can find you.
Okay. Yes.
Yes,
Well, I'm on Instagram. I think it's at Marisa, Marisagrim. Is that it? Yeah.
it is. Yeah, I'm
I
looking
have a
over here. I'm like, I see
website.
it.
I have a
Yes.
website, and this is quite hilarious. I actually had a cute little college gal make the website for me. I think it's on WordPress a long time ago. And it's
Perfect.
so sweet and perfect. And so I think it's marisagrim.com. Also, you can find me on Substack. You can message me, you can text me, you can email me. I'm open.
Love it. Love it. I will share it with everyone afterwards too for exactly where they can find you. And I hope people do to,
Yeah.
again, these are just this is another, working with someone like you is another like tool in knowing ourselves,
Yes.
which ultimately is just fun, if we
It's
can
fun.
think of it that way. It's fun.
Yeah. And it's like the
Yes.
breadcrumbs, whether you're doing gene keys or human design or
Mhm.
you're diving into your astrology, like it's just like so amazing that it's all these energies that are weaving together and they're helping you. I just had I just did it. Well, I'm gonna actually connect you with this guy, and you can do another Substack live with him. And he's
Ooh.
amazing. And he does the I think it's called Bizi. I might be saying it wrong. It's Bizi, Chinese charts, and they're really amazing too. So I'll add.
Ooh.
Well, next time, next Substack, pay attention to that, everyone.
I love it. Let's do it. Let's keep
Yeah.
sharing this magic out there. Again, this is fun if y'all choose to accept, just digging into why we're here and the ways we can learn and grow with each other. And thank you, Marisa, for your
Thank you for
beautiful
sharing
light.
your light holder guide. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank
Love
you, my
you.
friend.
Appreciate
Mwah.
you.
And
Bye.
thank you for
Bye,
everyone tuning
everybody.
in. Yeah,
Thank
goodbye,
you.
everyone. See you later.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.